History didn't change slowly, it changed in moments. Moments so powerful that once they happened, the world could never return to what it was before. What if I told you that just 7 events decided how nations lies, how people think, how wars are fought, and even how you live today? Stay with me, because these are not just dates and facts. These are the turning points that shaped the modern world forever, and once you understand them, history will never feel distant again. The first moment that changed everything happened when humans stopped wandering and decided to settle. The agricultural revolution wasn't dramatic like a war, but it quietly transformed humanity more than any battle ever could. When people learned to grow food, they gained stability, population exploded, cities formed, and power structures were born. Kings, armies, laws, and empires all exist because humans learned to farm. Without the single shift, there would be no more civilization, no more history books, and no more world as we know it today. Thousands of years later, another event shattered the ancient world, the rise of the first great empires. When Mesopotamia, Egypt, and later Persia organized massive territory under one rule, the idea of empire was born. This changed how humans understood power. Laws were written, borders were drawn, and rulers claimed divine authority. Empires proved that control over people could be systematic, not just violent. This blueprint of power still influences governments today. Then came an event that reshaped belief itself, the birth and spread of major religions. When figures like Buddha, Jesus, and later Muhammad appeared, they didn't just create faiths, they transformed morality, law, and identity. Entire civilizations reorganized around belief systems, wars were fought, empires justified their rule, and cultures bonded or divided based on religion. Even today, global politics cannot escape the influence of these ancient spiritual revolutions. But history doesn't just move through ideas. Sometimes, it explodes through violence. One of the most world-changing events was the fall of the Roman Empire. Rome didn't just collapse, it fractured the entire Western world. Laws decayed, trade collapsed, education vanished, and Europe entered centuries of instability. But from Rome's fall came new nations, new cultures, and eventually the foundations of modern Europe. This single collapse proved that no more power, no more matter how great, is permanent. Centuries later, another moment changed humanity's relationship with knowledge forever, the invention of the printing press. Before this, information was controlled by elites. Books were rare, expensive, and dangerous. When printing made knowledge accessible, power shifted. Ideas spread faster than armies. Revolutions were born on paper. Science accelerated. Religion fractured. Education expanded. The modern world began the moment information became uncontrollable. Then came an event soaked in blood but driven by ideas, the French Revolution. For the first time, ordinary people openly challenged monarchy itself. Kings were no longer seen as chosen by God, but as replaceable. This revolution terrified rulers across the world and inspired countless uprisings. Concepts like human rights, citizenship, and democracy spread globally. The idea that power belongs to the people changed politics forever and continues to shape nations today. The next event didn't just change borders, it changed time itself. The Industrial Revolution transformed how humans worked, lived, and thought. Machines replaced muscles, cities swallowed villages, wealth exploded for some and misery for others. Modern capitalism, labor movements, pollution, and technological dependence all trace back to this moment. The world began moving faster and it has never slowed down since. Then came the most destructive events humanity has ever seen, the World Wars. These conflicts didn't just kill millions, they reshaped global power. Empires collapsed, new nations were born, technology advanced at terrifying speed. The atomic bomb changed warfare forever, forcing humanity to confront its own extinction. After these wars, the world reorganized itself through international alliances, cold wars, and global institutions that still dominate today. But history didn't stop there. One of the most underestimated world-changing moments was the digital revolution. When computers and the internet entered daily life, humanity became connected instantly. Information, influence, and power moved at the speed of light. Governments lost control over narratives. Individuals gained voices. Entire industries collapsed and new ones emerged overnight. The world became smaller, louder, and more fragile. What connects all these events is not greatness, its consequence. None of these moments were fully understood when they happened. People living through them had no more idea they were standing at the edge of history. And that is the most important lesson of all. History is not obvious while it is happening. These 7 events remind us that change often begins quietly, then arrives violently, and finally becomes permanent. Empires rise thinking they will last forever. Ideas spread thinking they are harmless. Technologies emerge thinking they are tools. And then the world shifts. Understanding these moments gives you something powerful: perspective. You stop seeing history as the past and start recognizing it as a pattern. Power centralizes, it overreaches, it collapses, ideas challenge authority, technology accelerates change, humanity repeats itself, and here is the truth most people never realize. We are living inside the next historic event right now. Future generations will study our time the same way we study Rome, revolutions, and wars. The question isn't whether history is being made, it's whether we recognize it. If you've watched until now, you're not here for entertainment alone. You're here to understand how the world really works. This channel exists for people like you, those who want more than simplified stories, more than surface-level facts. If you want to keep exploring the moments that shaped humanity, the secrets history hides, and the events that changed the world forever, make sure you subscribe now. Because history doesn't belong to the past, it belongs to those who understand it. Top 2 historic events that changed the world forever.